The sterile walls of the Zephyrian medical bay hummed with alien technology, casting an eerie blue glow across James's restrained form. Dr. Elsa Chen stood over the examination table, her hands trembling as she held the crimson serum that would either save him or damn them both. "The neural degradation is accelerating," she whispered, studying the readings on her tablet. "James, if we don't do this now, you'll be gone within the hour." James's eyes, still sharp despite the Zephyrian poison coursing through his veins, met hers. "And if you do inject it? What then, Elsa? What am I becoming?" She couldn't answer. The serum was unlike anything in human medical science. A cocktail of extinct predator DNA from Earth's most violent epochs, synthesized by their alien captors for reasons she couldn't fathom. The Zephyrians had called it Project Apex, and James was to be their first test subject. "The choice is simple, human," hissed Commander Vexthul from the observation deck above. The 7-foot reptilian's scales shimmered with anticipation. "Your mate injects the serum, or you die slowly from our neural toxin. Either way, we learn valuable data about your species' biological limits." James gritted his teeth, feeling the poison eating away at his nervous system. The Zephyrians had captured them during a routine survey mission to the Outer Rim, intending to study human physiology before their inevitable invasion of Earth. But they had underestimated one crucial factor: human ingenuity born from desperation. "Do it," James growled, his voice already slurring from the toxin's effects. Elsa's hand shook as she positioned the injection device. "James, I've analyzed the serum's components. It contains DNA from creatures that went extinct 65 million years ago. Velociraptors, saber-toothed cats, even fragments from something the database can't identify. This isn't medicine. It's evolution in reverse. Better a monster than a corpse," he replied, managing a weak smile. "Besides, they picked the wrong species to experiment on." The injection was swift. For a moment, nothing happened. Then James began to convulse. His body temperature spiked to dangerous levels. His muscle mass increased exponentially, tearing through the restraints like paper. His fingernails hardened and extended into razor-sharp claws. Most disturbing of all, his eyes shifted from brown to an predatory golden amber, with pupils that contracted to vertical slits. Commander Vexthul leaned forward, fascinated. "Remarkable. The human nervous system is adapting to incorporate the extinct genetic material, recording all data for the invasion protocols." But as James's transformation completed, something unexpected happened. He didn't lose his humanity. He weaponized. "Toy, Vexthul," James spoke, his voice now carrying a primal growl that sent shivers through every Zephyrian in the facility. "You made one critical error in your research." "And what is that test subject?" James rose from the examination table, his enhanced physique rippling with newfound power. "You assumed that making us more like our ancient predators would make us less human. But you forgot. Humans are apex predators. We just hide it behind civilization." The transformation had done more than alter his biology. It had awakened something that had been dormant in humanity for millennia. The pure, unfiltered hunting instinct that had allowed their species to dominate every ecosystem on Earth. Elsa watched in amazement as James moved with fluid precision, his enhanced senses processing information at impossible speeds. He could hear the heartbeats of every Zephyrian in the facility, smell their fear pheromones, see their heat signatures through the walls. "You want to invade Earth?" James asked, beginning to circle the observation deck like a predator stalking prey. "Let me show you what you're really up against." The security systems activated, but James had already adapted. He moved through laser grids with supernatural agility, his claws tearing through reinforced steel barriers. The Zephyrians' advanced weapons were useless against a target that could predict their firing patterns by reading micro-expressions and muscle tension. Within minutes, James had systematically dismantled their entire security force. Not through mindless violence, but with the calculated efficiency of a persistence hunter, humanity's oldest and most terrifying trait. Commander Vexthul backed against the wall, his scales now pale with terror, Impossible. Our projections showed humans as a weak, fragmented species. Your projections were wrong, Elsa said, having freed herself during the chaos. You saw our cities, our technology, our apparent softness, and assumed we were easy prey. But every human child knows the truth you missed. What truth? Vexthold gasped. James appeared behind the commander with impossible stealth, his claws at the alien's throat. That humans aren't the sheep you thought we were. We're the wolves, pretending to be sheep. And you just reminded us how to hunt. The serum hadn't stolen James's humanity. It had revealed its true nature. The compassion that made him protect Elsa. The intelligence that let him outthink superior technology. The pack loyalty that would make him fight for his entire species. And underneath it all, the ancient predator that had chased mammoths across ice fields and turned the entire planet into humanity's hunting ground. As their rescue beacon activated, signaling Earth's fleet, James looked at his transformed hands. The question now, Vexthul, is whether your species is ready to face what you've awakened. Because every human who receives this serum won't just be a super soldier. They'll be evolution's finest predator with 10,000 years of warfare experience. The galaxy was about to learn why Earth's deadliest predator wasn't any single creature. It was the species that had hunted all the others to extinction, then decided to reach for the stars. And now, thanks to alien hubris, that predator was coming home.